In this lonely ass world, it's getting colder. I'm not going nowhere if I cannot take my boat in. My mind was bred a little different, yeah, from my own past. If I see heat, why the fuck would I wanna go there? Mama, I make you smiling. Mama, your little nigga came from wildin'. Mama, always got in trouble, I was shouting. Mama, now I'm staring at shit. Mama, I'm the pilot. Mama, if I want something, I'ma go get it. Mama, swim with the sharks, piranhas, and fishes. Mama, it's so hard down here, God is my witness. Mama, I know where I'm going. Mama, I'm a fan. It's hard not knowing who is really gonna be there for me. I wish you could be here to see me the day I start touring. Shit be on my mind every second when I'm not recording. I'm waking up conversating with the Lord every morning. I mistakenly took the wrong path, I had to rewind. I fumbled trying to move too fast, I had to keep trying. Growing up, I got in trouble, told myself to keep lying. So much stress be building up, swear I be needing me time.
Good morning to the DMV and the rest of the world. This is your girl Reese, aka the best that ever did it, aka let me make sure all of my connections and everything is working this morning properly. I want to make sure that we live on every platform. Yes, we live on Facebook, and yes, we're live on YouTube. Boo, boo, boo. Another edition of the Morning Max Show. I want to say grand rising, grand rising. And of course, I'm not here alone. I do have my super producer with me, Mr. Molly Moss, C-Boss. That's what I call him. C-Moss Boss. That's right. And I'm a super producer. He's in the back always doing 1,000,001 things. That's okay. We keep him busy back there, y'all. With him doing the most, y'all got to get y'all products too. Y'all got to get the C-Moss. He got the Moss gel and the Moss shakes and all that good stuff. Good for your body, good for your body. And also don't forget to get Shades of Blue while you're getting and looking. You probably say, well, Reese, what are you doing? I am sharing this out with the audience here and my friends and my viewers and all that good stuff. Because today, I think a lot of us need to talk about what's going on today, which is fraud. And I don't mean just people just regular calling and scamming you. I mean the people that you go to that's frauding you every time you visit, possibly. I'm talking about these doctors' offices. Not only do they fraud Medicare and Medicaid patients, but the regular insurance company as well. You know, there's so many different ways that they can break down and take your dollars. And if we are not careful as consumers, I'm not trying to make nobody rich. I'm not trying, especially that that's not providing the proper service for me. You know, like I headed out with one of my physicians. They was billing me for a service that they was not giving. And I had going to the doctor's office, okay? Let me give you a real story real quick. How this work. Your level of business or your level of the process that you go to the doctor for, because you could go for a low-level office visit, an extended level, and all of that. That depicts what you're getting, what they're paying for. Like, say if I go for a 99212, right? That's just a moderate office visit, 0 to 15 minutes, right? But if they build a 99215, that's a more extensive office visit. That's an hour, and they will bill for that hour. I go to the doctor. He don't even see me 10 minutes. I'm out in 5 minutes. All he does is triage me, which is check my blood pressure, my temperature, and all that stuff. And then say, you got needed refills, boom, and I'm out. Now, that carries 2 different price tags on that. Good morning, Brother Hakeem. Grand Rising. I see
Grand Rising.
that. I was explaining to the viewers of how the doctors and stuff is getting over and fraud people, and we don't even know it, or we're not even paying attention. Okay, now people probably say it don't matter to me. They build an insurance company. Well, this is how it does matter. If they're billing, and if they're saying that the 99212 I should have been billed for is $75, that's that $75 price tag. And as a Medicare recipient, I get Medicare. I pay 20% of the allowed amount out of that $75. Now, the allowed amount is what they're saying that this service is customary for. You know, like they could build $1,000, but your insurance company gonna say no, this service is only worth $75. And out of that $75, I'm going to pay 80% of that $75 and leave Miss McFarland with the other 20%. Cool. Now, if they build a 99215, they could say, oh, that's worth $300. I'm going to only pay what's customary out of that $300, which is what? $150. So I'm going to pay 80% of that $150 and then give Miss McFarland the 20% for her to pay. Okay, y'all follow me so far? So I'm erroneously getting paid. Like I was going to the doctor with my for 20% was like $26. All of a sudden jumped up to a $98. And I'm like, what is going on here? And the doctor's telling me, oh, don't worry about it. You know why he's saying don't worry about it? Because he done got the money from the insurance company that surpassed what I'm supposed to pay for that visit and then some. But then you trying to give me, your business office is giving me a bill for a service that I didn't get. I didn't get a 99215. I was in and out of your office in 10 minutes. So, and I'm telling this to the managers, you need to go back and bill correctly. And they tell me, oh, don't worry about it. It is a worry because all that money that they're taking or stealing, that's stealing. That's stealing. That's like me going into the grocery store and getting a pack of chicken that's $10 and only paying $3 for it because I'm scanning it wrong. That's stealing. And then it comes back on us as consumers. And then when you call the billing company, they give you attitude. And if you don't pay, then they put your butt in collection.
Mm-hmm.
Good morning, Phoenix. I didn't see you, my love.
Great day. How are you? Marvelous Monday.
This is Monday. I'm just venting about how the scam works. And we don't even know it as consumers, or we're overlooking it. Because after they get their government money, they're supposed to write it off. But if you get somebody in the billing department that's doing that billing correctly, they're not going to write it off. They're going to send you. And they're not supposed to balance bill the patient. What that means, if your doctor participates with your provider, your insurance company participates with your provider, that means that they agree to accept what the insurance says is allows as customary. They agree to say, okay, this visit we bill $300 for, but the insurance company pays $75. I'm gonna take the $75 for it. They cannot balance bill you for the remaining $225. That is against the law because they signed. I know y'all probably say, how she know what the law is? Because I did billing inside and out. I worked for the doctor's office, certified biller and coder, and also worked for the collection offices for attorneys, the pre-suit division. So I was the one to collect all the information to see if you're suit worthy and then sue your butt. That's why we got to read the fine print, ladies and gentlemen, when we go into these doctor's office. And you got to ask those doctor's office, are you part with my insurance company? Are you a participating provider with my insurance company? And so let them know that you know a little bit of the lingo, you know what you're talking about. So this is the story. This is how my doctor's office got me. I go every time, and I was paying my 20% from this 80 from a procedure that I was getting done. I have to get it done every month. I ain't gonna put nobody's name out there like that. I'm still dealing with them. So I also have insurance, and then I had medical charities. Good Days is good where they help you come in and take care of those big, huge balances. especially the medicine that they're giving you, right? So Good Days was coming in, I'm paying, and my insurance company was paying. Well, I asked for a receipt for the end of the year for tax purposes of everything that I paid, because I know I've been paying a whopper because I go every month, right? They told me, we can't give you that because we don't see where you have been paying. I was like, Elijah, you tell. I said, I want to see my bills. So lo and behold, some digging in the insurance company with the daggone doctor's office and fussing with their insurance company because they outsourced it. They threw me into collections. They had me sitting in collections right now. If you call right now, the collection people say $600, $220. They have $600 of my money sitting under the patient's till. Why the hell am I sitting in collections for $224? Why did they send me to collection for that? Because somebody don't know what the hell they doing in their billing department. And I've been dealing with this since January, and I'm still sitting in collections. I'm ready to take legal action and legal ramification because you're erroneously billing for something that shouldn't even be, stuff that's already paid, and you have my patient's money just sitting. Give me my damn money back then, and I can pay off the collection agency myself. Give me my money back. How about that? I overpaid and you got my money sitting, but you turned around and put me into collections. How dare you? And then when I called the doctor's office to try to get the shit straight, you're going to give me attitude. Your rep going to give me attitude. So then I asked the lady, I said, who is responsible for my account? Oh, there's not one person responsible for your account. We all share the account. I said, so then you all should see the same information. I'm not trying to give you a hard time, lady. I'm trying to get my bill out of collection, and I'm trying to get my money that's due to me back to me. And I get attitude. Give me your supervisor. Been calling the supervisor since January. Now I'm ready to get an attorney so my attorney can fight on my behalf because you're messing up my credit for no reason. Do you think I'm being reasonable and customary?
Well, you know that as far as billing and all that other stuff, the fact of the matter is when they do procedure codes, it's important to put the correct code so that if you have insurance, they will properly pay. And then as well, like you say, when they sell or when they send this stuff to collections, usually the collection pays the doctor off and the collection will add an additional charge for their purposes. So I understand why, you're getting upset because I've had to deal with that too. But what they can do, or what you can do, is go straight to the doctor or whomever you have the charge with and pay them off.
No. Did you not hear I got over $600 sitting in my patient account where I paid the money, and my money is just sitting there because my insurance and my Good Days paid off all of my bills.
Oh, okay. I didn't hear that part. I'm sorry.
Well, yes, I got money back. What you say, baby?
Why won't they give you the money back?
Oh, they're gonna have to give me money. Talk about some. We're looking into it. No, you've been looking into this to January. Pull my ass out of collections because it never should have been in collections from the beginning. That's one. Because everybody know in America, your credit is everything. And I'm trying so hard to establish and maintain good credit history. You trying to mess me up. That's what you're trying to do. You had me in collections over $4,000. And then when these people send me the letter, I curried up with the quickness. I said, something's wrong. So they pulled everything back except for $224. But here it is. You should have took it all back because I owe nothing. And then when I ask for a receipt, you can't give me a receipt for the money I paid. They committing frauds on multiple different levels and trying to keep my money because if I wasn't proactive about it, guess what? I wouldn't have known that I had the money sitting over there on my account. I wouldn't have known because they gave me a receipt at the time of service at the office. But where do that money go after it's collected at the office? And I wanted to see it applied to bill for tax purposes because I go every month, and they can't give me produce a bill. All my bills said paid off. It says the insurance paid, Medicare paid, and it says Good Day paid the other half. Where it says patient paid, they don't have nothing there where it says patient paid. And I said, oh, I know that's like because I paid on all my bills every time I go.
Well, shoot, don't just keep fighting with them because the one thing about these places, they will take your money, but they don't want to give it back.
They
So
sure don't want to give it
you
back.
just keep fighting with them, and
But they
they'll
gonna
give
get me
it.
out of collection. You
Yeah,
want
definitely.
me out, pull it back. They could pull it back because they made a mistake. It shouldn't have never been went there. And all because this is from 2022, y'all. I've been going to this doctor since 2015. I've been going to him, never, no problem. All of a sudden, they outsourced the billing to this new billing company, and they messing up. And when I'm talking to the office manager, I'm like, do I need to go back over there and teach them how to bill properly? Do I need to come out of retirement? Because it's ridiculous. And if they're talking to somebody that don't know what they're doing, you know how much millions of dollars they could scam and get from you. People don't think that it's nothing or let the insurance pay, but it is something because at the end of the day, we as consumers pay for that. When the doctor bill Medicare for the wrong number, you bill it for 99215 when it's a 99212. Those are hundreds of dollars separate that. The patient may not pay it, but the insurance paying it. And that makes our premiums go up. And that makes what they're going to cover for us even less. We're going to end up paying more money to the insurance company and they're going to cover less. But the doctor's getting paid. And I understand where the doctors feel that they don't get enough. But don't fraud the insurance company and make the patient pay. That's what I'm saying. That's wrong.
Yeah.
Well, take a deep breath.
Monday Madness. That's what grind my gears. I got a video to share. Hakeem, you quiet, sir? Or you just
No, I'm listening. I'm listening.
Do you go to the doctor a lot?
I go. I have my every 3 months checkup and all that. But everybody's situation is different. I mean, with my insurance pay everything. So when I see a bill come to me, I just go to my insurance, and they take care of it. They call the doctor, or whatever the case might be, because it does happen. It happened to me. I had a couple of balance. I'm like, what the world? So I called my insurance company. They looked over, boom. They got with the doctors, and they paid it.
Mm-hmm. Because you like, wait a minute, why am I getting this? But but trust and believe, if you would have paid it, they would have took their money and wouldn't have said nothing. Then not only the insurance would have paid, they would have got your money too.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but see, that's the whole thing that when it comes to that situation, if that's I always go to the source. So look, my insurance company, they'll call them, and actually, your insurance company should be able to call them and rectify all that.
I went to the office manager, and she tried to call the billing department, and she was like, "Oh, Miss McFarland, they're gonna work with you." So I'm gonna call them as soon as we with the show. I'm gonna call them, and then I'm gonna call back to the collection agency, and then I'm calling them and have them on 3-way. I'm trying to get the supervisor. Supervisor's ducking me. They still have not given me my receipts. They're ducking me, and I'm like, "What is going on here? This is just for 2022." And this makes me think, like, is this more going on here than what I know about?
Yeah, you just gotta go do all your steps and find out what's going on. You know, and a lot of times, and the biggest problem, we rely on these computers so much. And, you know, the computers make mistakes its own. So just be mindful. Go with a type of mindset, you know, not argumentative, but just look, try and get this rectified. You know, call your insurance company, tell them it's been going on for a minute, and you're just tired of the situation, and they would do their part in helping getting that paid.
It's already paid. They got to get my money back and me out of collections.
Oh, you pay the money, and
I paid them more than what they was supposed to get. They don't have the insurance paid, came back and paid off everything. And that's the same thing when I went to the radio. I had to get an x-ray done, a sonogram. So they said that I had to pay up front. So I paid them up front $181. My insurance came back and paid them $132 or something like that, right? I said, okay, where is my $103 that I'm supposed to get back? Because I overpaid them. Because the insurance came paid too, because the radiology said you got to pay this bill up front. Then we bill your insurance company. I say, okay.
Well, your insurance company should pay you.
The insurance company paid the bill. The radiology, the community radiology. They were saying that that's how their thing works, that they bill us for. And when I'm like, okay, boom, the insurance company paid community radiology. That left me with a credit balance because that means I overpaid. So I'm trying to get my money back that I overpaid. It's like pulling teeth. I kid you not. I'm just, because I go to a lot of doctors, and sometimes this gets frustrating trying to look at the EOB. It's like everybody's trying to get over. So imagine if they did that to 100 patients in a day, because they see thousands of people in a day. That a little bit adds up. And I don't want to think that it's you know, the doctor's office purposely doing it. Like you said, somebody has to punch those numbers in, even though the computer do it. Because I used to process accounts payable and accounts receivable. So when the insurance money come in, you got to know how to apply it to the patient's account. And if you're not putting your numbers in right, you could really mess somebody up. And then go ahead and nerve to turn around and want to try to throw somebody into collections. You really messing up.
Yeah.
Red flag, red flag. But we got a video, Molly. Pay only part of it if the video come up.
This is the face of healthcare fraud in America. A Miami businessman smiling as he counts stolen Medicare money in this video secretly recorded by a government informant. From sham storefronts to empty offices billing the government for Medicare.
What is this business?
To buried millions in cash. The business of stealing Medicare and Medicaid dollars has never been as brazen.
What are we talking, $100 billion?
That's probably a conservative number.
Why Medicare fraud?
It's unbelievable. It's real easy.
We're in South Florida today at the headquarters of the agents charged with investigating Medicare and Medicaid fraud. And today they're taking us on location to show us how those schemes work. Behind the steering wheel for this rare ride-along is Omar Perez Ibar, Florida's special agent in charge of the investigation.
So, Omar, give me a sense of where you're taking me.
So today we're going to head down south portion of Florida.
He's one of some 450 special agents nationwide from the Office of Inspector General who fight a healthcare fraud battle every day. Annually, estimated Medicare and Medicaid fraud tops $100 billion. Around the world, it's known for its postcard-perfect beaches. But to federal investigators, Florida's famous for its fraud. Massive theft from the government's healthcare benefits, far more than anywhere else in the nation.
We're going to head over to a durable medical equipment company, which unfortunately has been one of the lines of business that is really keeping us busy here.
Durable medical equipment, DME. Think braces and wheelchairs. Fraudsters buy lists of patients and doctors so they can steal from the government.
And with those two key pieces of information, it can sit at a place that has open Wi-Fi and just start submitting claims to Medicare.
In South Florida alone, Perez Ibar says about 90% of the DME companies are fraudulent. He had two businesses here?
They had two businesses set up here. So we're at 241 is what, but if you can notice, this is kind of the business.
It looks so nondescript.
It is, and that's purposeful. And they want to try to keep us off their trail.
A storefront once used to bilk the government out of $48 million in a single year, run by the guy counting the money.
He thought he was a CEO when in fact he was just a crook.
His name is Jesus Garces. Back on the road, we head to the home where Garces stashed his stolen money. This is where agents armed with a search warrant say they made a startling discovery. Garces had hidden some $2.5 million in cash in 12 PVC pipes under his home. And where were the pipes?
So he had buried them in the foundation of the home. There was a portion of the home that they were remodeling, and so he put the PVC pipes in the ground.
Was it just loose cash stuffed into the pipes?
They had saran wrapped them or packaged them. They almost looked like bricks of cocaine. So hand would go in, a pipe would come out. Hand would go in, a pipe would come out. And it really was, for us, an indication of how brazen this DME fraud is.
Garces pled guilty to healthcare and wire fraud and was sentenced to 12.5 years in prison.
This changes everything we know about tinnitus. Neurologists have found that tinnitus
Back at headquarters, Perez Ibar shows me how bold these healthcare schemes have become.
The fraudsters here in South Florida are getting so brazen that even in our own building, they decided to set up a fraudulent DME company.
So they don't even care that agents in charge of investigating this Medicare fraud are in the same building.
They're in our face and we're just as
brazen. Marley, pause that right there.
Investigators shut down this.
Okay. Did y'all see that the man only went to jail for 12 years for stealing all of that money from the government? All that money. Now, if that was, I'm just going to switch it around and play devil's advocate. That was $12 million. If they had drugs for $12 million out on the street, they would have got a whole lot longer than some 12 years. But they took millions of dollars from the government and they get slaps on the wrist. Hakeem, how you feel about that?
Well, 12 years ain't a slap on the wrist, that's for sure. And then, but you know, that's considered a white collar crime. White collar crime, that is different than a drug crime.
Oh.
It's totally different. White collar crime, they don't go to prison too much. They call what they call a country club. You know.
But they stealing millions and millions from the people and they go to a country club, huh?
Yeah, I mean that's how it's been set up. But they don't have their freedom. But they locked up for 12 years. They can't come home, they can't do nothing. So being locked up, period, is miserable. You know,
wow.
But you got you know, when it comes to law, you got different crime. Different crime is
wow.
It's just different laws to different things, you know. Just like if you go into the law as far as say for instance, you what's on top of my tongue? Okay, say for instance, you know, just in the drug world, Somebody selling crack and somebody selling powder coke. It's two different charges. Powder coke can give you less charges. Crack can give you more.
That don't make no sense.
Well, it's just the law. It's just the law that made, because most people sell crack is black folks. Most people have powder is white folks. You know. So that's just the law. But when you out there indulging, you doing things, you just gotta be on your game, be on top of it. And what you said,
no, I was gonna say, and they're gonna have nerve to have a shop set up right there in the building with the law enforcement agency. That's bold.
Well, you be right there underneath the people you don't. Most people who get robbed is the people who's close to you, is robbing you. Most people out there on the street that get killed is the person that know them and robbing them. That's just how I go. That's this. We just gotta be on our game. Just like you know, I had to go to when I was getting my surgery for anesthesia. I paid for it, you know, because they said that I couldn't get the procedure done. But I said, y'all didn't even tell me that. But you know, it was like $400-something. Then they kept billing. Then I got with my insurance company, told me what was going on. Then they took care of the bill. I didn't, the 130 something, I can still go for it. I can still tell them that I paid my insurance company, that I paid it, and then my insurance company will have to pay me. But I just haven't even went that far. I got it done. It was over with. Boom. I had the money, so it was good. You know. But I understand what you're saying. It's being on top of everything. You know, we just can't be doing things and not be on top of it. You know.
They take advantage of us if we don't know what we're doing, or if they take this where the elderly, the disabled, and the disadvantaged, when we just don't understand, we just going to pay it out. And they take advantage of that. They take advantage of people and hoping that they don't know enough about the business just to go ahead and pay these bills out, not knowing that they got rights and what should be covered and what shouldn't be covered, you know. And the government don't do nothing. I feel like the government don't do nothing about it. That's like, okay, we want to take your money and give it. And all I'm thinking about is that money could be used for something else. And if they know that Florida is the biggest state for this, they know this, then why aren't they doing more to stop it? Good morning, Molly. Good morning, Kenneth. Good morning, Slicky. Like, let's see the other half of the video. See what they do. Molly, show the other half of the video.
This operation, but the fraud is flourishing.
Why do the fraudsters even need to set up a storefront?
It is Medicare regulations that you have to have a business, right? Especially in this case for durable medical equipment.
We're at the Miami Merchandise Mart, which federal agents tell us is a hotbed for these fake companies set up to bill Medicare for products and services they never deliver.
In this maze of tiny shops and a kind of indoor flea market, we find exactly what investigators describe.
There's a desk, perhaps there's a bit of a curio with one or two different types of braces. They'll have the manuals that Medicare requires. And usually there's some type of partition if, let's say, we're talking about orthotics, because the patient is supposed to come in and actually get fitted. That's the DME company. Most times we show up, there's nobody there. Or if there is someone there, they have no clue what business they are representing or how it even operates.
Agents shut one down and new ones pop up. In this business, which has been billing Medicare for durable medical equipment, we find a young woman sitting alone at a desk.
Hi, how are you? I'm Contessa Brewer. I'm with CNBC. What is this business?
The woman says it's a medical supply store, but she has nothing to do with the actual business. And the only thing she can show us right now is a brace. She gives us a business card for the owner. I call the number, but it rings at the desk inside.
Hi, this is Contessa Brewer from CNBC. We just talked a minute ago. This is the number you gave me to call to talk to Antonio.
I leave a message for the owner, who we eventually reach weeks later. He says all the durable medical equipment is ordered through another company after the patient sees a doctor. He refuses to give more information. But government records show the company has billed more than $2 million to Medicare, mostly for wound care. That doesn't surprise this man. We'll call him Julio because he wants to conceal his identity. Julio admits he knows a lot about stealing from Medicare because it was his entire life for many years in Miami.
Why Medicare fraud? Like, why was that alluring to you as compared to other ways, maybe even illicit ways to make money?
It's easy.
Did someone teach you how to game the system?
A friend of mine, yeah, he teach me. One day he called me and says, look, I do this.
Are there a lot of people who are willing to break the law?
A lot of people. You'll be surprised for money. They'll do anything.
Is there a lot of money to be made?
A lot of money. Millions of dollars they make.
How much?
Millions of dollars.
How did that stack up, the risk versus the reward?
The reward, it was excellent.
There is still risk. Fraudsters get caught. The cases against them fill this massive evidence room.
So we do search warrants, secure evidence, make sure we have to keep it in this type of pristine condition. So this is drawer upon drawer full of fake documents. This is evidence that we seized during one of the search warrants.
I look around here, and this is one warehouse in one county in Florida. How big is this problem?
South Florida, without question, is the ground zero for healthcare fraud, but it's only one state. There are 49 others in territories where these types of schemes are occurring.
The Office of the Inspector General says of every $100 spent by Health and Human Services in 2021, only 2 cents was spent on oversight and enforcement. Yet its return on investment, $12 for every dollar it spends on enforcement. We asked the Federal Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services about the widespread fraud. They told us, we continuously work to safeguard taxpayer dollars and strengthen program integrity in our operations by identifying vulnerabilities in the system.
What I was told was that what we need is investigators, and we need a lot of them. Why?
It's hard for us to keep up with the amount of fraud that is occurring. We just can't keep up. We need some additional resources.
Wow. I see. That.
Yeah,
See?
scammers.
Scammers.
They call all day long on the phone.
But the medical ones, the medical do. You know what? I'm gonna tell you something, Hakeem. I don't know if you're diabetic, but did you know that your machine and stuff that you use is durable medical equipment? Your diabetes, I get these patches. This is DME. Anything that you use medically, like my walk, but I paid for that out cash. I could have got it through the insurance company, but I didn't. I just paid for my walker and stuff out cash. Any braces, any walkers, any supplies, other than the pills that you take, all of that is durable medical equipment. My hose is for my CPAP machine and all of that. And I don't know if they call you, but they'll call me. Like some other company call me, ask me, are you diabetic? Do you get diabetic supplies? And then want to get information so they can bill. You know, that's fraud. And like the lady said, the doctor's office already sold your information. They because like, how you know if I'm diabetic? How do you know this, lady? I already got a company to get my diabetic supplies. You calling me, oh, you got sleep apnea? How you know this? I already got a company to get my supplies. They just need you to say yes and okay to bill the insurance company. They're going to be submitting claims to Medicare or Medicaid. Medicaid is state aid. Medicare is federal. They're going to be submitting claims. And I don't go to you, and my doctor didn't write nothing for that. But That's how they do. It's so easy, and I don't talk to them when they call. When they say, "Oh, where you get your diabetic supplies from?" None of your business. I got a company. Thank you. I don't need your help. Thank you. And it was like, yo, just give us your Medicare number. I'm like, no. And it used to be where your Medicare number used to be your social. It's not like that anymore because of frauders. They give you some total number, some total different number. And that's because of fraudulent activity. Like I said, hospitals and doctor's office will sell your private information. Then they'll turn around and claim they get hacked. People are like, well, what is it? Why did they hack in the hospital records? Hospital records tell a person a whole lot. You can get a whole lot of money just for one patient. You know?
Well, a lot of people get hacked. Not only the people who's in the fraudulent for the bill for medical, that's why they hack the hospitals. You want to just get credit card information, they're gonna hack. Like a couple of years ago, Target got hacked with all the information. So I mean, whether the hackers, whatever category they're coming in to get money from, that's what they're gonna hack. You know, but that's been going. You know, I had my whole identity stolen, so I understand that is out there. I had a house in Texas, 30 million, what, 30,000 or 200-something thousand dollars, all that. It was a federal investigation.
They bought that with your identity?
Yeah. In Texas. Yeah.
Now, what if you go there, like, because these people called and said that I had a car, right? And I said, where the car at? Because I want to go get my car. Now, can you go down to Texas and get your house?
Yeah, but yeah, basically, it was in my name. But whatever they did, fraudulent wise, then I don't want it because it's going to tie back to a string of other things they didn't have done. Then it'd be like I done it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it's out here. I mean, it's real. And it's even higher since the pandemic because by me, retired and like my Social Security, they tell y'all to be mindful of the scammers. But the thing is, you can't be scammed. You can't scam an honest person. And the reason is that anything that say they're going to give you is too good to be true. You know it's too good to be true. What happens, they get the people who are always trying to get over. That's the ones that always get far as they call you, hey, you can get this free. What's the name? You give up the information because you think you're getting something free. You know what I'm saying? But an honest person, they know you can't get nothing free. You got to work for whatever you get. So they wouldn't be able to get to them type of people. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
Only person they can get over on with over the phone like that if they got a get over mentality.
That's right. I hang up on them because I already know. I'm like, oh no, And they want to know, are you anybody in your house diabetic? Nope, you ain't using this address for nothing. Don't worry about it. We got it all taken
care of. They call me all, they call me for everything.
And then they persistent. You tell them no, thank you, and they still talk. So you don't want to be rude, but sometimes
you gotta be rude. They ain't nobody. You just hang up. It's not even a question if you're being rude or not.
There's a lot of foreign accents. Hey, did you get the one where they tell you that you was you got a warrant out for your arrest? And he
never get that.
Yeah. They was going around doing that. Or you need to give your Social Security number been hacked and they want to verify your information. You get that one?
Oh yeah. I got that before.
They had the nerve to tell me that I had a warrant for my arrest.
Yeah. But it's all but now, we at this point now we should know better. We know they out there. That's all thing that been talking about, you know, as far as hacking and everything. So we should know better by now. But and you can know and still get hacked. It don't matter.
Yeah, you look. Let me.
And they can hack your phone. They get into your phone, these websites. So it's that's something that we just gotta be mindful of and protect your account. I look at my account almost every day. If I don't, sometimes I like days go past it and it kicks in. Man, let me check my account, make sure ain't nothing crazy going on.
I have to do the same thing because don't you know that and it's bad when you have to buy stuff online through Amazon or through other things because they find out your number and then you hack. A girlfriend of mine got her Cash App hacked, and they cleared her Cash App out and was trying to take money from her regular checking account. And this is how they did it. The people sent her a text, the Cash App, saying that her Cash App has been hacked, that she got to reset her code. And it tells you to go to this website to reset your code. She went to the web. She thought that, you know, she resetted her code. And they had added another phone number to her account. When she reset her code, that other phone number had access to her account. And that's how they took the money out of her account. And then they had to do an investigation. They put it back, but it was a couple of G's, but still, because they went into her account, her bank account. They cleared out everything she had in Cash App. She had like $1,200, and then they tried to take money that's in her account.
Look like during
because why? How they do it? Because they had her reset her password to go to another website to reset her passcode.
And the site was their site.
The site was the person put another phone. That's how slick they was. They didn't steal the money from that site. They added another phone number to it so they can make the transfer through this phone number.
Right.
Through the cash, added a phone to her Cash App account. And then that's how they got it. I was like, wow. They come there's so many different ways. It's just, and technology is helping it go forth to be able to do that. So technology on the one hand could be great, but when technology gets in the wrong hands, it could give you a lot of headache, you know. And then the state and the federal government is no help because the Department of Labor contacted me saying that they want their money back. I said, what money? They said, oh, we gave 4 checks. We gave 4 checks on your behalf. I said, to who? I'm not working. And this was during the pandemic. There was big old pandemic scheme. I did not know during the pandemic that if you was looking for a job, you could get an unemployment check. You don't have to have an employer. You can just say you out there looking for a job, and they would give you an unemployment check. And I was like, how they do that? How they even open and start that? But you got to send them your ID. And the person could never send them ID. But they got away with 2 G's from the government. And then I had to go to the police station. This was just last year. I had to go to the police station and do a report and let them know that it was stuff that I had to prove that I wasn't the one that frauded them. I said, hey,
right.
Y'all let somebody come in and take the money. I said, well, take the money back from however you paid it. They said it was on a card that people were scamming that hard, unemployment benefits.
Yeah. Hello? Well, she froze that.
Only one. And the lady said that there was the fraud department. They said there's a backlog. So many people got frauded and was getting unemployment benefits during the pandemic.
Yeah, that was big time.
If that was
That's
the case,
big time.
I could have got my own money. Why you taking my, it's ridiculous, crazy. And I was like, oh no, they talk about garnishing my benefits. You gonna garnish my disability for what? Oh no, we not having that. And I couldn't believe it. I said, I don't believe y'all let this happen.
Yeah, I mean, it just them scammers out there. They're on another level. They really are. That's how they make their living, scamming people.
They make more than a living. They get greedy with it. They get greedy. Like that one man had 2.5 million in the pipes of his house. He done got the money in the cash. I guess he figured that if he get popped, he got money hid. So when he do come out of jail, because it's a white collar crime, like you said, when he do come out of jail, he still can live the life of Riley. That's why he hid the money. Was that dumb or was that smart?
Well, I think it's dumb scamming people anyway, so it don't even matter. They, just people out there just doing all kind of stuff, scamming old people. It's just terrible out here. We just got to be mindful. If you got elderly people, we got to be mindful and check on them and make sure they're okay.
Yeah, definitely. If you know
they
somebody,
are out here. That's for sure.
Elderly or disabled, because they run the scheme big time on thinking that they don't know no better.
Right.
Oh, you need this service, or you need that service. If you sign up, we can get you this, we can get you that, we can get you help, and you still ain't got no help. Sign up in a wheelchair, still ain't got no wheelchair.
But also, we just got to be mindful, understand that we got to really just be careful out here doing what we handling our business. Like my phone doing something crazy right now, so I literally have to. I might have to shut this phone all the way down.
See, and my phone do that sometimes too. And my son said you have to reboot it sometimes to stop the hack or whatever. But speaking of reboot, we got some things going on. Hakeem, I know you got some things going on, and I got some things going on.
Yeah, well, today is karaoke Monday, karaoke comedy Monday. So come on out today. Doors open at 6. It's free before 8. We're gonna have the good bar and food. So come on out today, enjoy yourself, have some fun with us. August the 19th is the Leo Bash. Mike Brooks. He's hosting. Entertainment is going to be by Sounds of Elegance Band and Wisdom Speak. We're going to have a host of fun. Come on out. We got a lineup of comics. And y'all know Mike Brooks. He's a funny dude, so it's going to be lit. Come on out. Celebrate your birthday, Leos. I'm a Leo. So Leo, come on out here. It's all white. Come on out here. Support your boy. You know what I'm saying? And let's do this. Let's have some fun.
Now give them the address for tonight and for the August the 19th. You said come on out. You ain't telling people where to come.
Well, the flyer, bring the flyer. Well, the address, hold up. The address is 15806 Livingston Road, Akankee, Maryland, 20607. Come on out.
20607. I have an event tonight that we're launching off, and tonight is the same as yours, but it's in DC. It's at 1725. Molly, you got that flyer? They're having a food tasting. A restaurant is opening up, and they food testing. They have the vegan cuisine, and they're going to do. Wait a minute, is the flyer? I can't even see. Is it okay? They're going to do. Let me see what the flyer said because I got to look up here. They're going to have food. Got to see the food. That is going to be there. That's terrible. All I know is 1725. I can't even tell you the name of the place. Wait a minute. I'm going to make it big so I can see it. The name of the restaurant. I know, y'all. I know I'm bad at this. But it's going to be food. They're having a free testing. It's right beside the dispensary up in Northwest. So y'all come on out there tonight. And it's the same time as Hakeem event. you know. So y'all might want to go up there, get the free food, and take it down to Anod and keep it event, or you know, vice versa, because it starts the same time. And that's also a comedy karaoke place too. But I think it's a comedy place. I think
Yeah.
but it do say people can sing, but they looking for the jokes. We is opening up. Everybody's doing something karaoke and comedy. I know. I've seen a lot of places doing that now, and I'm like, wow.
And you know why? Because Lion Den is the one to start doing that.
Is the Lions Den the one to start doing it first?
Exactly.
Nope. You got to take it back because what you call was doing it.
Who?
Hakuna Matata was doing it, and I did Silver
Karaoke
Spring.
and comedy.
Karaoke and comedy. Yes, he was. What's my book? Art Garfield. Art started doing that. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. The Hakuna Matata. He's been doing that for a minute.
So when he started doing it?
He's been on that for a few years.
Okay.
The comedians go out to Art Garfield, and as a matter of fact, a couple of months ago, we went out there. Gwen, he was going out of town, and Gwen had to host it. They do the comedy and the karaoke. Yep, okay. They do the karaoke first, then they do the comedy at Art's Place. Yep, Hakuna Matata. We've been there. We actually, me and Michelle actually physically been there. And then there's another place called the Island something that does that up there. You know, but you were the first down, and I could keep down on this end of Maryland. Our Garfield is out Garfield Art is out there in Silver Spring. You know, and they hit different out there. And then in DC, so and out in the Maryland, yeah, that was the first one out in. But that was a good, it's a good thing. It's a good look. People want to come out. But this place is giving a testing today, and they have vegan dishes on the menu. So that should be nice and interesting for those vegans, and it's right beside the dispensary on 1725 Adams Morgan in Northwest DC. You know, they do something all the time out there in Adams Morgan. But then on the 29th, we got, well, before the 29th, I got the 15th, the show on the 15th. The virtual show with Phil Page. That's this Saturday at 8:00, and you don't have to go nowhere because it's a comedy show with several other comedians, myself, Tony Viagra, Michelle Pucciarelli, and a host of other comedians, and that's going to be this Saturday. And it's no cost. All you do is log in and laugh. A Zoom comedy show. This won't be my first Zoom comedy show. So I know it'll be fun. It'll be different, but fun. I guess no more different than what I'm doing now. But then also on July 29th, that's the big shindig. It'll be different, but fun. I guess no more different than what I'm doing now. That's me. I hear me. July 29th. Yes, I want everybody to come out and support this because this is a comedy show. A dinner, cabaret, Storm and Norman, and for y'all in the sports bar. We found out that the sports bar going to be downstairs where they're going to be y'all can view the sports stuff and smoke y'all cigars. It's going to be like that. And I did not know they got an after party after this event at this place in DC called The Park. I never been to The Park, but I heard it's supposed to be nice, and it's like that. All for $30. So if you want a ticket, DM me so you can get your ticket because it's only limited seating there. We only have so many. But if you want a ticket, DM me. And okay, Slicky, you stink. I gotta say, sis, this show stink. Smell like your butt. That's what the show did. If the show stink, then maybe it was you. But anyway, DM me for the tickets for the July 29th show. So y'all come out tonight. Y'all got two places y'all could go. One in DC, one in Maryland to get your laughs on. Y'all hit us up. And July 15th, you don't have to go nowhere. Just log in. And then July 29th, Storm and Norman going to be on the ones and twos. And we're going to have a dynamic comedy show with Laughing Lenny, Sean Carver, and Clarence Nixon, Dude in the Corner, and a host of other surprises. So y'all come on out. You can't beat that. You got your food included for $30. For $30. Can't beat that with a stick. Y'all come on out. Get your grub and groove on. And that would conclude the show. And then don't forget to pick up your book, your copy of Shades of Blue, all the time. Molly, take us out.
Question. In this lonely ass world, it's getting colder. I'm not going nowhere if I cannot take my boat there. My mind was bred a little different, yeah, from my own past. If I see heat, why the fuck would I wanna go there? Mama, I make you smile. Mama, your little nigga came from wildin'. Mama, always got in trouble, I was shouted. Mama, now I'm staring at shit. Mama, I'm the pilot. Mama, if I want something, I'ma go get it. Mama.